What's up? This is your boy Super. I'm playing Dark Souls 2. Scala First Sin.
It starts to look alive. It just doesn't seem quite right.
I think I'm on the path to the Shaded Woods. We went through this area so much that enemies stopped respawning. But if it was a boss, I'm pretty sure we didn't fight it. So I decided to revisit the area.
See that statue? Hey.
This area was difficult. I remember these undead things in here being a real problem. They're poisonous. When first encounters with poison, these ones still respawn. See, they can move through the walls too. Crazy. 3 hits. And I'm using our +6 fire longsword, and these guys took 6 hits. Could you imagine when we came here, when we were low level earlier? Must have been insanely difficult. Like, I would have to heal multiple times, do a strategic battle with them instead of just being rushed. 3 hits. And they'll barely give you 100 runes. We need a fragrant branch of yore. I forgot this. How to get to the Shaded Witch. She's the teacher of pyromancies too. Since we've been to this area, I've gotten 3 of those branches. There's doors in the upper level. There used to be more of those guys here, I think. And there was also a fat silly guy out here. So I'm gonna be looking up how to get fragrant branches of yore. We got the guy that makes boss soul weapons, and we've got this that needs to be dealt with. Especially this. That's an area of the beginning area of the game. We need to get that open as soon as possible. We've got the one from the Merchant Hag Malencia. I thought that was the name of the lady in black. We got one from No Man's Wharf. I don't remember getting the one from Lost Bastille, but we must have near the tower where Lucatila Mira is, in a chest with a covenant silver serpent ring and a human effigy. And then it's Sinner's Rise after defeating the Lost Sinner. I guess we're going to Sinner's Rise. Since the last video, I've leveled up a few times. Dexterity is 25, strength 34, endurance 34. 1 vigor. I think vigor used to be at 15. I might have gotten one of those. I've got, oh yes, yeah, indeed. I upgraded our poison Varangian sword to +8. Now it scales C with strength, D with dexterity. 157 damage, 134 poison damage. It's better than the flame sword, and I like poison a little more. So I'm still wearing mostly the elite. Actually, I only got the elite knight armor itself. The high knight great helm is better, and it's light enough for what we need. Because our best armor is the roly-poly-oly armor from very early on in the game, but it's a bit too heavy. So I got the High Knight Great Helm, the High Knight Leggings, the old Ironclad Gauntlets +1. Those are the roly-poly armor from the second area. And the Elite Knight armor, which I bought. Yeah, because I went back to the Forest of the Fallen Giants, and there was a troll in there, and he gave me 1,000 souls every time I killed him. I killed him until he stopped respawning. I need to get to a bonfire, but I just went to the next area on the list and killed any enemies until they stopped respawning. And it was the pathway in between No Man's Wharf. And there was like a boss guy in it, and he drops 1,300 souls. He still respawns though, but that's where I've been getting all the souls. And I got a bunch of Titanite shards. That was the big deal, because I was trying to look at the guide to unlock the merchant who sells infinite Titanite shards. But killing that troll enough, I don't have a need for Titanite shards anymore, so I switched focus to getting the branches of yore and the boss soul weapon. I just wanted, because now I would want to upgrade my bow. But I can't upgrade my bow because I don't know if I want the boss soul bow that you get with the boss soul that I have here. of the pursuer or the dragon rider. One of these boss souls gives you. We've only defeated. It must be 5. I'm sure we defeated a boss from one of the first 2 areas. One of these gives you a dragon rider bow, a dragon bow, or something like that. So it's probably one of those dragon slayer bow. I don't know if I want it, but we need the branches of the for the thing I just showed you. So it was the Cathedral Blue, the guys of the Covenant. We can join now. When I first talked to him, he didn't like us. I went back and talked to him, and he said, "You can join the Dragon Riders." And I chose no, because I don't know anything about Covenants yet. And in the lands betwixt, no enemies respawn there. Forest of all the Fallen Giants, no enemies respawn there. No Man's Warp is the only place they respawn. But there's no boss in that area. The Lost Bastille, we've defeated the boss, but some parts have enemies that respawn, some don't. But we're on to Sinner's Rise. We've got to fight the boss there. We've got to fight the boss at Huntsman's Copse. That's where you get the merchant in the area after that. The Grave of Saints is down in the well. Sinner's Rise. So we got a Lost Bastille boss, don't we? We might have finished that. Let me see. Exile Holding Cells, the Tower of Parts. Tower of Parts in Macduff are the first areas. The Servants' Quarters. I think we're at the Exile Holding Cells. Let's see. We may have beat the boss there. This doesn't connect to the next level logically, because Sinner's Rise is not connected to this place, and Huntsman's Copse is connected to the well, or vice versa. Now, Sinner's Rise is connected to here. There's a lift. I bet you we took the lift. I got a ring because there's this guy in Majula up by the monument of the statue, and he's the Covenant leader. And I talked to him, and he said, "You've died many times. Here, take this ring." And the ring gives you more physical defenses. And it says I've died 170 times throughout the entire world. Who is this? Oh, why did it take me back up? And there's a shiny there that I can't get to. Come on, now. Don't tease me, man. I lost my humanity. For stupid reasons. I don't know what the problem was, but it wasn't anything new or difficult. You know, it wasn't a boss. It wasn't a new area. It was through the old areas I've destroyed everybody. Falling off ledges. My controller sticking or drifting. I had the flame source to equip because at No Man's Warp, everybody's susceptible to flame damage and not poison damage. Poison damage don't do shit to them. You want some? These look like the guys from No Man's Warp. But we're connected to the Lost Bastille. What is this place? This must be... Yeah, like I said, both of those other 2 places aren't connected linearly to the rest of the places. Oh, this is where we came in off the boat. After No Man's Wharf, we came in off the boat. We came here. We don't much want to go back on the boat. But this leads to where? Yeah, so the poisons and Venegrian sword is +8. It's a tough little sword, that's for sure. And these guys almost look like it didn't affect them. So we're here. I don't know where here is. This looks like the Lost Bastille. Bonfire. This is the Lost Bastille. It's Exile Holding Cell. Sure, I know there's enemies here. I remember this outside area was tough because there were snipers everywhere. Up there, they are. I meant to buy some arrows, but I forgot. Explosive barrels everywhere. It's shiny over there. Is there a person over there? Oh, crap. Picture what I'm gonna get you on a shot to your dome. There's where it was just because we killed people, but we've been down there and shinies on top of the wooden platforms. We couldn't get to them, but this one doesn't have one because it was just a dead body. And down there is the blacksmith and the whole mansion where the pursuer was chasing us, or the castle. I think we might have cleared this whole area. Come on, doggy. Soul of the name of souls, you gotta love that. Oh my god, is this the pursuer? That is the pursuer. Look at him right there. Son of a bitch. Talk about Die Hard with a Vengeance. You go up, right, to the castle wall. So all these females crawl. Tall, skeet, 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 skeet. Damn, that took a lot of health. He's like, he was right around to the corner to the right. Little pursuer there. He's probably gone by now, though. And the soul of the nameless soldier. Somebody heavily armored chasing us. Old crossbowman. Missing normal life gems on our quick use slot. And this will take us back to the castle or back to the blacksmith. This is the blacksmith area with the doggies. That was a part of the Lost Bastille we're familiar with. We got to get up to these towers somehow. Won't target lock on for some reason. can just destroy the whole tower. It looked like it was destructible for a second. Let's see. Nice. Yeah, we've been here, lit up all the things. Killed all the thing users. Not so strong without your shout, are you? If he screams, there's some explosive barrels in there, I was going to say. He's already getting some sort of weird glitching in, teleporting enemies. This should take us right by the petrified person who does boss soul exchanges. And a bonfire we can't use. So we're not gonna be prepared for any type of boss fight. I gotta know where we're going. Soul of the nameless soldier. There might not be any bonfires outside of this place. Come on. Yeah. Oh God. What a terrible time I'm having. Right. Almighty. Jesus. Nothing in here. So dark in here. I do have more of these keys. I don't know if we should use it here. Oh fuck. Fuck. Whew. That the pursuer. Oh no, that's a plague doctor's gremlin. What crap is in here? My God. Oh crap. How did this area get so difficult? Jesus. Oh what? That was retarded. Where am I going? Sinners rise, and I was thinking We're gonna fight our way to Sinner's Rise, because it didn't turn out too well. That area, I really don't remember there being any plague doctors there. So we gotta defeat this boss. Nope, it's already going poorly. Jesus. Fire, these guys are also not susceptible to poison, but are more susceptible to fire. I don't know how the boss is gonna be about that, but we'll see. Oh crap. Bosses usually need agility more than power. Kinda need to power through it though. And stop being methodical and strategic and get on with the damn game. Luck, brute force, whatever it takes. This is our, out of all the things I would prioritize and make goals, this is the way. This is the thing. We're gonna switch this up. I had my soul ring on because I was going through old areas. Because I had the vampire ring and the regen ring. And I'm gonna crush a human effigy and get my humanity back. There's a lot of enemies to fight before we get to the boss. That's why I didn't want to do this area. I'm low on arrows too. We need 13,000 to level up, so. Need to upgrade our regen ring. That's weird how we have a ring that's +1. But I bet you we can't upgrade our rings ourselves. So I'd put the vampire ring and the regen ring like +8, like just like my weapon. Like I've seen them do good where I thought I was gonna die, I was so low on health, then by the time I got to the next group of enemies, it was full and I was surprised, but it hasn't been that way in a long time. That was back when we were a low level, of course, with a smaller health meter. It takes forever to regen this health meter. Since we're going for the boss, I guess she can help us with him. Lucatile of Mira. Wasn't there something, did we try this and die, and there was something special about this boss, and I don't remember what it was. If our bow had flame or poison on it, that would be outstanding. I think I might look into doing that here in a second. She's gonna have full health for the boss. We don't waste too much time on the little Draugrs. The zombie like Draugr. We'll just flame him out. We can't now. Bait and switch. Good job. 2,500. That's a nice little amount of souls. We're gonna go right up to the second floor. She's gonna die to this guy. We don't have any healing juice. You gotta go back to the other side now to get the summon. Takes notice, we could tell. Lucid Teal. It's probably Lucid Teal considering. No, it is a guy. It's a French guy. It's like a poet or something. I'm looking for Bradley the Great. Soul Sword Lit. He's a big honking ass. He's got a tower shield, the heaviest shield in the game, one on each arm. We can't even use one. Look at that. And he has Estus Flask. He's amazing. I don't remember why we couldn't. We needed a special weapon or something. Like, it seems like it was so far-fetched, that so strange idea for us to be able to beat it. I don't remember why though. Try the poison sword. It probably has a higher DPS. Well, we did alright against this guy. Yeah, he's tough though. Good job, Soul Sword. Still not poisoned though. Yeah. Little life gems for a while. I think we'll have an easy victory. Thanks to Soul Sword. Maybe not. That's good. I like how long that life gem stays for. They never seem to stop. Wonder if it's stackable. Lost Center is dead. Hooray! Great soul embrace. Soul of the Lost Center. Look at that. We got 35,000. 35,000 souls for that. 35,000. That's got to be the most. That's 4 levels we can go up now. I think they should have just made that bosses a little easier and took away all these damn summons. So, like, people don't want to look like multiplayer gamers to be cool. That's not how things work. That's not it. That's got to be the way. I didn't ever see him affected by the poison. Every time he took damage, the numbers always disappeared. Fragrant branch of your Elizabeth mushroom. Now we got a choice. Do we use it on the boss soul weapon guy, or do we use it on other aspects of the game? The other area, primal bonfire lit, Sinner's bonfire. Light the primal bonfire and Sinner's rise. Trophy earned. What is the primal bonfire for? This just goes to nowhere though. Like, say we just finished playing the whole game linearly and we got here, and so it kind of clued us to go back to the Far Fire in Majula. And that's all it does. It only takes you back to Majula. Now what? How would we fix the scene from here? Did you talk to her and show her that the great soul of the lost sinner?
You have acquired the soul
Yeah,
of an old
that's one of the 3 kings or something.
That is more than most undead can say.
Okay, not a lot, huh?
The sign you bear will drain your very souls. And without souls, you will turn hollow.
And why you guys don't want me to
Stay
sell them all the
strong.
time?
Do not lose hope.
Why do we get stronger when we
Even when you have
give
precious
you our
little time.
souls? That's kind of the opposite of what you
For
would
when
think.
the undead dies, it is never truly dead, but only one
I
step
get all these
closer to
questions.
hollowing.
Come on.
Not all undead are hollows, but all hollows were once undead. If you find an Estus shard, so that I may ease over the hill and past the forest, is the king's castle.
To take this branch
Where a
of door
man
and go to
peers
the
straight
king's
into the essence
castle.
of the soul.
So this, I think
But
she
whatever came
messed
of
up.
it,
She wants us to go spend this to progress in the game in the Shadow Forest, where like in the
those who
beginning
come
of
to
the
Dragon
video.
Lake seeking salvation
But I want to
soon lose
open the
hope
bonfire
and turn
in the
hollow.
castle and go get
It
the
happens
boss
to them all,
souls weapons
sooner or
guy
later.
unlocked. And the next
That blue
fragrant
light at the
branch of
base of the
yore
tower,
is
his
in the
spirit
gutter.
is already
How do
broken,
we get to the gutter? I don't know.
although he does offer sound advice. Perhaps he is a foreshadowing of your own future.
And if we didn't progress the game,
That tiny
what
thing
would we do?
inside the ruins. An ancient being that will mock your very existence. She imparts sound wisdom. Provided you
The
find her
Grave
on a
of
good
Saint.
day.
Like, we will get another one. For what we're
The
supposed to
sign
do.
you bear, and without
Okay,
souls,
she's starting all over
you will
again.
turn hollow. Stay strong.
So we're going to... Let's just go do that first. Yeah, here's the sign, and the guy gave me the ring. Because I wanted to make sure I had everything learned, complete, prioritized, or whatever. And 173 deaths worldwide.
Do you feel it suits me just for it will grow on you?
Enter covenant, learn gesture.
May you find peace on your
He gave me
journey.
a ring. I was trying to get, like before I had the poison sword figured out I was going to use the twin blade. I used that and the Uchikatana and Demon Tools. The Uchikatana requires level 26 dexterity, so I've been favoring dexterity when I level up. It's at 25. We're going to be able to level up multiple times right now. But before I want to go waste materials on it, I want to have the boss soul weapon, or at least, like, let me look at the boss soul's weapon first. Because I might not even want either one of those and just want souls. You know what I mean? If I look at the stats of it. We've got a bunch of every boss soul besides that troll and the things betwixt. If there was. If he wasn't considered a boss, hard to tell. Dragon Slayer Spear. We got the Dragon Slayer Soul. We got the Lost Center Sword. Oh, Soul. The guy in the Lost Bestial in a cell. He's petrified. You fix him. Then if you have an intelligence 3, you can trade with him. You need at least 4 boss souls. Talk to him and he will give you the black set. With the black set is for sorcerers. I don't want that. You gotta have level 50 intelligence, and it's an incredibly cheap price, they say. Only the staff he uses can only be obtained in Dragonshine at the cost of a Pharaoh's Lockstone. There's another one later on that I imagine we don't need. You know, we have to unpetrify him too. But they say there's one extra out of all the branches in the game. In 6 uses, 7 branches. So with the Pursuers, we can get the Ultra Great Sword. Not for me. We've already used the Soul. Soul of the Last Giant. You can get a Giant Stone Axe. I don't know if I still have that. I don't care about that weapon. Soul of the Last Giant. Dragon Rider, Old Dragon Slayer, Flexel Sentry Soul, Ruined Sentinel Soul, Soul of the Lost Sinner. No, we do not have the last giant soul. And we can get the Pursuer's Great Shield or his sword. We can get the Warped Sword from the Flexile Sentry Sword. Now, with a Warped Sword, looks like kind of like a pirate sword as far as the mantle, what the handle goes. And it's bent and curved, kind of like a scimitar, but a little more. That looks interesting, so we'll hold off on that. So, the Arc Sword you can also get, which is, instead of an S curve, it's a C curve. I'm not into that. We could also get the Barbed Club with the Flexile Sentry. So with the Ruined Soul, we can get the Heavy Homing Soul Arrow. All magic users love that. It's like their main weapon. Mithra, the Beautiful Queen Soul, Smelter Demon Soul, Gargoyle, Spell, Dragon Rider Soul, the Halberd, or a Twin Blade. Now I was talking about using a Twin Blade. And if we get the Dragon Rider Twin Blade, now that would be nice. Twin Blade fashioned from real gift steel, designed for high-ranking Drangleic Knight, hence the decorative design. Guys, steel equipment is of the finest made, but it's so rare that a very few of these weapons are actually used in combat. It's got good, it's like a spear, but it has two swords, a sword on each end. It's quick, it's agile, you can get 2 hits when a lot of only weapons can get 1 because you spin it around. It's a cool weapon. That's not it. It's the Hide Spear. Hide Spear is pretty cool. Hide Spear looks actually better, but that's weird. So, but it's not going to be better than the Boss Soul Twin Blade. Hide Soul is a lot better. I know the Hide Soul is better than our sword, and it's a lot better than what. Hide Soul is better than our +6. Well, I'm not comparing this right. It's our bow. We compare the Hide Spear to the Twin Blade. Twin Blade's not nearly as good. The Hide Spear is damn good. I think if we do, but this is the boss, the Dragon Rider Boss Soul Twin Blade. Has to be good. The Dragon Rider bow. It's hard to go wrong with bows. Let me see how many Boss Soul bows there are. It's a crossbow, a shielded crossbow. That's cool. And that's from the next boss. We've already found the Executioner's Chariot. It's this soul-possessed chariot that spins around in a circle, but not only are you fighting it, you're fighting these skeletons that get right back up after you kill them. So I knew we weren't ready for that. I think we've got to have some type of holy modifier or something. Other than that, I'm not seeing many bows. A lot of spells. Bone Sieve, crossbow, shield. I like the shielded crossbow. I also like the Dragon Rider bow. So we're gonna get the Dragon Rider bow right now, and that'll be that. And Sinner's Rise, we backtrack from there to the Lost Bastille. He's not gonna be hard to find. And in the rat maze, in the bottom of the well, we get another branch of lore. Oh, this thing sucks for now, because this is the Hide Spear, not the Twin Blade. That has better stats than the Twin Blade, but like, it's weird how you can make such a simple, ordinary spear so much better than a Twin Blade. That should not be better than the Twin Blade. It's not very logical. Gotta think, 2 swords, it has to be better than 1 on a stick, How did we get down there? It was not this way. You know, the lift up here? That doesn't seem right. This is weird. We had to have went in a door down here, down there. I can't jump for some reason. There we go. Well, we got to get down there. Maybe we did fight our way up. because the lift just takes us down. Here we go. Oh, fuck. Big scary bastard here. Yeah, great machete. That's our third or fourth one. At least the archer's gone. Oh crap. They're not supposed to explode with swords. You're supposed to have flames to get those to explode. Come on now, guys. Oh, the Thum guys. No. Suffer me not. They like to disappear. Sure shit do. Only one way to go. We go down and we can go through the door. Up. I think we have to go up to get to the cell with the boss soul guy. Oh, look at the wall. This is the place. And he has a bonfire right in front of him. There's probably one extra so we can get both of these boss soul weapon guys unlocked. Because you, instead of waiting until the end of the game to get a weapon, you've got time to use it in the beginning.
Still a bit stiff, I'm afraid. I must thank you, young traveler. I am strayed, a wandering sorcerer of sorts.
Well, you shouldn't have strayed.
I've
Have
been a
mercy on your
guest
soul.
for a very long time, but I don't think that anybody will miss me. Cursed one, you lack intelligence.
I got int 3, don't I?
Weak, so terribly weak.
I will in a second. Just let me use your bonfire, if you will. My int 1. Okay, we're doing 2 ints then, I guess. That's why I didn't want to spend these just yet. Where did he go? He just disappeared. He was gone with the wind. I did. How many times you gotta repeat yourself? I got one. Int 2, and then we'll hold off on everything else. Level 98. 23,000 gone. Now, in the Lost Bastille. Get straight up. First one to have 5 bonfires are fully open. Where's the at though? Standing out front, but with the undead. Are you a traitor? Are you working with them? One more.
Very good indeed.
Now we have to go down at the well or over to the graveyard castle. As opposed to... Yeah, she told us. There we go.
How long was I sat petrified? Long enough for the old kingdom to have crumbled, I see. Why didn't anyone wake me sooner?
So for one Pharaoh's Blackstone, they'll give you, I'm guessing, like armor, spells, the staff, a whole wizard setup that's supposed to be pretty good. There's only one other place to get the weapon in the whole game. Him or some very hard place.
The cursed ones were imprisoned within this land. Of course, you came of your own free will.
Why? No, I didn't. I was here in this realm against my will. I came to this place specifically on my own.
Some people would rather keep dreadful things out of sight, out of mind. In the end, they swept them up and corralled them here.
No.
So very typical of meek minds, don't you think? Once people became aware of their own frailty, they seized anybody they found undesirable, cursed or no, and
So
impounded.
basically saying the same thing, right?
Whoever posed even the slightest threat was removed, all so that they could sleep better at night. They even turned the great Strayed into a stone. Many kingdoms rose and
Wow,
fell
it's
on
still
this
spitting out
tract
new
of earth.
phrases.
Mine was by no means the first. Anything that has a beginning also has an end. No flame, however brilliant, does not one day splutter and fade. But then, from the ashes,
At least this game, you know, there's no unfinished task. You're not gonna lock yourself out of anything, except the covenants, I've
It
heard.
is all a curse.
Or maybe not the covenants, but in other
And it
Souls
is
like
your
games, the
cursed
covenants.
flesh that will inherit the flame.
We can continue with the game quite almost linearly. The next area, we get another branch and come back to that blue spinny room with the petrified girl stuck on a switch and go through there to the Shadow Forest, Shaded Forest.
Melded it into pyromancy. The witch led her daughters into
You're losing me,
war
man.
against
So
the
one of
old
the
ones.
old ones is a witch we've got to fight,
But legends are legends.
or her daughter. She led with her daughter to fight one of the old ones. Did she replace it? Is she the new old one? Okay, that's new. I mean, it's the same. Buy item. We can get his hood. We can get Ring of Knowledge, increases int. Lingering Dragon Crest Ring extends the length of spell effect. A Gape Ring absorbs soul in place of wearer. What does that mean? That means like it sucks souls in from farther away or something. What does that mean? What is it? They've always sucked it. If you kill an enemy 50 meters away, it sucks the soul in no matter what. I don't know what this could mean. A ring affixed with an open vessel. This vessel insatiably absorbs souls in place of its wearer who is left unaware of even their collection. All things are rooted in souls, but what drives our thirst for them? Abstinence from this elixir may be the truest. It's a storage vessel, like so. Instead of dying and losing your souls will be in your ring, and when you die, you still have them. That's worth looking into, and we've got a decent amount of money. But when and where that comes in useful, it doesn't sound all that practical. I don't really want anything. Rouge is some type of health potion and spell use refresher. I don't. It's very expensive, it looks like. It probably heals your health meter full more than an Estus flask. But for 3,000 souls, it's not really that worth it. And this is the only thing interesting. Trade, he has some good looking weapons. Warp sword scales A with dexterity. Looks cool, and it starts with nice stats. Pursuer's Ultra Great Sword, that's the boss. The soul of the Pursuer required as a boss soul weapon. That's the one I was telling you about that looks like a pirate sword at the hilt with the Flexile Sentry Soul. We have that. And you could use that soul for this one too, the arced sword. Skills B with dexterity, C with strength, giant stone axe, soul of the lost giant. We spent that a long time ago. That was one of the first bosses. Barbed club, flexible sentry soul, dragon rider's great halberd. Skills CCC, strength, dexterity, magic. Nice. Dragon rider's twin blade DCC, D with strength, C with dexterity, C with magic. Requires 20 strength, 22 dexterity. The Dragon Rider soul, that looks pretty good. That looks good. But the Dragon Rider bow, BDC, scales with strength B, D with dexterity, C with magic. 72 damage, 80 magic damage, 35 distance, and a 5 puncture damage. Anyway, I think we're getting that. Dragon Rider bow wielded by the Dragon Riders, King Vendrick's Royal Guard. Really drawing this bow requires inhuman strength, but each shot has deadly potential. Demands great skill of its wielders and thus serves to test the worthiness of those who aspire to be Dragon Riders. But before you go doing this, you might want to look up and figure out if you can put status effects like fire, poison, and that thing on boss weapons. It's nice to have, you know, a sword or something that has one of those, and your bow does too. That's really nice. It's very, very convenient. I think we'll just buy it. 1,500 souls and 1 Dragon Rider soul. Alright.
Feeble Caswan, do you really think you can manage the cloak?
Why are you talking shit? This regular longbow is +2 already. So when I do compare, I've got to keep that in mind. We also had the sea bow, but it's just extra 15 distance. And so you can't beat, this has extra magic damage. A little less distance, but this has 80%, 80 more is more, a lot more magic damage, and the scaling is a lot better. B with strength. Once we upgrade this, it'll be, I'm pretty sure you can upgrade it, reinforce it without any status effects guaranteed. I'm just not sure about the status effects because it might interfere with its uniqueness. Let's equip it though. So now we're getting 173 physical damage, just 97 magic damage. That's a lot better compared to our bow +2. And it looks cool. Matches our shirt actually, with the gold trim. I'm out here, you stubborn old fool. But we beat all the bosses, top rows, we beat all the bosses. We're on to Huntsman Cops. This will unlock the... Oh, we've got to go level up, I forgot. This will unlock the vendor that sells Titanite shards. Somewhere after we beat the boss, in between this one and this, after this boss and then before the next one, there is a vendor. We've got to get to move back to Majula, I guess, or at least find her so we unlock her bonfire.
Bearer of the good, seek the king. That is the lest this land.
Oh wait, I know what I want to do. First, we gotta go talk to Macduff about infusing this with a magical ability while we have all these souls. Like the whole time, we've had the Bastille key, obviously, because we went through this, cleared all the enemies, found the boss, but it always said locked and I couldn't open it. And one day I just came over here and it opened, using the same key we've always had, the Bastille key.
S.O.T.F.S.
And my bow, Dragon Rider bow, we can put magic on it, we can put fire on it, we can put lightning on it, we can put dark on it. I wish I knew what dark did. If that's what keeps the skeletons from resurrecting, we gotta do it on something. We could put mundane on it, which would make it pretty shitty. I don't know what the deal with that is. Why you would want that. You can put enchanted on it, which has no benefit I see whatsoever. It brings the scaling down. It doesn't change any of the stats. I don't understand that. We can put raw, which brings up all the damage output because it removes the scaling. I would rather keep the scaling. I don't know what that red thing is, but we're gonna have to do this in another video, and I'm gonna look up which keeps the dead dead. I might put that on it. But this has been your boy Super playing Dark Souls 2 Scholar First Sin. Thanks for watching. All both died, damn it.